On the morning of April 24th, Dave Tronnes called 911. The operator would answer. In a panic, Dave would shout, "My wife! I found my wife. She's not breathing. I tried to do CPR. I just can't get her to breathe." A few moments later, police and emergency services would arrive at the scene, but it was too late. She was already gone. Dave told detectives that he'd gone out to walk the dogs, and when he got back, he went upstairs to check on his wife, Shanti Cooper. He heard water running, and upon entering the bathroom, he saw his wife floating in the bathtub in her pajamas. "I think something went wrong," he said. "Either she slipped and she fell or blacked out or something, because she just collapsed." Perhaps a burglar had entered the house while he was out, because Shanti's majorly expensive engagement ring was missing. Hello strangers and strangelings. Welcome back to the Strange Bar and Grill. I'm serving up another true crime story time. So pull up a chair if you like strange true crime and storytelling, then this is the place to be, here with me, JP. So kick back and grab a drink or a snack, and always tip that like button because it helps with the channel. Join that SBG family by subscribing and hitting that notification bell to make sure you're getting notified when I release a weekly video. All right, let's go. Dave Tronnes, 48 years old, and Shanti Cooper, 38 years old, met through Match.com in 2013. And after a brief online relationship, Dave would move from Minnesota to Orlando, Florida to be with Shanti. Both were going through a divorce at the time, and Shanti had a young son. Shanti ran a very lucrative financial software business, and Dave had worked as a salesperson for 3M until 2008, making about $140K a year. The two would eventually get married on March 22nd, 2017. Now, back in 2015, while they were still dating, David bought a 4,000 square foot house in Delaney Park. It was an older style Victorian stately manor with a pool and a garage apartment, but it needed extensive renovations. Dave paid a little more than $600K for the house, putting it in a trust with his mother. Shanti's name was not added to the deed when they married in 2017. However, since at this point Dave did not work, Shanti ended up paying for all of the renovations. After having already paid nearly $250,000, Dave, who oversaw the project, asked for hundreds of thousands more. The renovations just never seemed to end. The reconstruction turned into a money pit for the couple. You know that Tom Hanks movie where the couple buys this house and they just keep dumping money into it because they have all these problems and they just have these never-ending renovations? It was kind of like that. And of course, this just put a strain on their relationship. David was sleeping downstairs in the garage on the couch next to the dogs, and Shanti was sleeping alone in a one-bedroom studio on the property. The stress was getting to the point where something was about to break. Then Dave got a bright idea on how to get them out of this mess. Dave, in hopes of at least minimizing their losses, sought help. He approached one of their neighbors, Keith Ory, a house renovator and the co-star on the show Zombie House Flipping. The show's objective is to transform these houses that are just in the absolute worst shape and fix them up and make them sellable or make them livable. When Keith arrived at Dave and Shanti's home, he was surprised by the condition of the house. It had been completely dismantled and was down to a 2-story shell, basically. Keith couldn't believe someone would actually purposely buy this house. He's seen houses in bad shape, but typically they were abandoned. Keith got the go-ahead to feature this house on the next season of Zombie House Flipping and went to the Tronnes' house a second time in mid-April 2018 to be sure the couple was on board. A lot of times people agree to these types of renovations and then later on they get cold feet and they want to pull out. So Keith always liked to follow up just a few months before they wanted to shoot, just to kind of make sure. The couple both agreed and filming was set to begin in early May. Keith would later tell detectives that Shanti said very little at this meeting. She seemed very pissed off at her husband, and after the meeting, she left in a hurry. You see, there was more to their relationship issues. Not only was the couple struggling financially, they also ran into some other marital problems. issues such as cheating. More specifically, issues with Dave cheating. It appeared like the walls of this relationship were crumbling on all sides. See what I did there? As it turns out, just the day after Dave and Shanti got married back in 2017, Dave visited the Club Orlando Athletic Venture Spa, a popular gay men's spa and gym. A club worker saw Dave engaged in sexual activity there twice, and receipts show that Dave visited this gym almost 80 times during his marriage. The last receipt was dated April 11th, 2018. And around this time, Dave was saying he had back problems and the spa was helping him. Except I think this particular spa might be the cause for Dave's back problems, if you catch my drift. And just 13 days after that last visit to the spa, on the morning of April 24th, 2018, Shanti was found dead. Authorities believe that Dave fatally beat and strangled Shanti in her bedroom that morning after going absolutely ballistic because she didn't want to do the zombie house makeover show. She was tired of David and all of his crap. She put up so much money into his house, and plus he was cheating on her. Hell, her name wasn't even on the deed of this house. She was just done with him. Dave would tell detectives that he'd gone out to walk the dogs, and when he got back, he went upstairs to check on his wife. He heard water running, and upon entering the bathroom, he said he saw his wife floating in the bathtub in her pajamas. But detectives aren't dumb. They knew immediately that Dave's story of what happened the morning Shanti died was a complete lie. For one, the tub was dry, and there was no water on the floor. Dumb Dave didn't think that one through. Now did he? They suspected that Shanti's severe cheek and eye injuries couldn't have come from a fall in the tub. It just didn't match up. Investigators also said they were very suspicious because Dave didn't cry or otherwise seem distressed over his wife's death at all. Authorities gathered evidence for about 4 months before booking Dave in his wife's killing. He was charged with first-degree murder, and his trial began on the 12th of October, 2023. Jurors who heard the prosecutor's case against Dave deliberated for less than 5 hours, a relatively short time before declaring him guilty as charged. Now, what do you all think about this case? Personally, I think David was a scumbag. I personally don't think he ever loved Shanti and was just using her for her finances. He saw her as this big piggy bank to basically get into this house flipping game and buy real estate, basically off her back. I think he was a spoiled brat. I think he bit off more than he could chew and threw a tantrum when he couldn't get his way and ultimately killed his wife, acting like a big baby. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. This was another short one. If you like today's story, then leave a comment, like, and share. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Go check out some of my other older videos. I do have some longer videos as well. And if you're already subscribed, then I want to say thank you and I appreciate it. And let me know what you think about this story in the comment section. All right, guys, as always, be safe, be good,